There's a famous saying which goes, "Those people who think they have no time for healthy eating will sooner or later have to find time for illness." What is considered to be eating healthily, and how can we be sure we're eating well? There are two main considerations in terms of what is considered a healthy diet. Firstly, there are certain food types and nutrients that the body needs to function well, so it's important to feed ourselves those key nutrients. Secondly, a healthy diet is a diet which involves consuming, that's eating, the right amount of calories for your level of activity. The more active a person is, the more calories they can happily consume. However, if someone is less active, then they need to balance that by ensuring they have fewer calories. So, calories, what are they? Well, they're a measurement of how much energy is held inside any food. We might measure a distance in meters, something you'll be familiar with. We actually measure the energy within a food substance in calories. The National Health Service, also called the NHS, are the people who are responsible for our doctors and hospitals, and they have health guidelines for different aspects of healthy lifestyles. They give straightforward guidance on how they recommend that people of the United Kingdom should eat healthily. Eating a balanced diet. Eating a healthy, balanced diet is an important part of maintaining good health and can help you feel your best. This means eating a wide variety of foods in the right proportions and consuming the right amount of food and drink to achieve and maintain a healthy body weight. Food groups in your diet. So let's take a look then at the main food groups that you should be consuming in your healthy, balanced diet. Firstly, fruit and vegetables. The National Health Service recommend that we have at least 5 portions of different kinds of fruit and vegetables every single day. Starchy foods. Meals should be based upon foods that have high levels of starch content, such as potatoes, bread, rice, and pasta. Dairy products. A healthy, balanced diet would include dairy products like milk or alternatives which are made from soya. Fats and oils. People should have small amounts of fats and oils, particularly unsaturated oils. Fluids, such as water. Fluids such as water are extremely important to avoid dehydration. We should have at least 6 to 8 glasses every day. If you're having foods and drinks that are high in fat, salt, and sugar, you should have these less often and in small amounts. The best healthy diets will have a balance of different foods from these 5 groups to get the varying nutrients, including essential vitamins and minerals that the body needs to thrive. In the United Kingdom, it's understood that a high proportion of the population have too many calories in their diet. Too much saturated fat, too much sugar and salt, and are short of the helpful levels of vegetables, oily fish, and fibre that their bodies need. So, fruit and vegetables, are you getting your 5 a day? About 1/3 of the food that you eat should be made up of fruits and vegetables. They are rich in vitamins and minerals, and they have lots of fibre, which is good to help your digestive system working effectively. The body really needs at least 5 portions of fruit and vegetables every day. These can be taken as fresh fruit, but can also be frozen, canned, dried, or in the form of juice. Those people who do successfully have the suggested amount of fruit and vegetables have been measured to have a lower risk of heart disease, stroke, and even some forms of cancer. starchy foods in your diet. Starchy foods should make up just over a third of everything you eat. This means your meals should be broadly based on these foods. Choose whole grain or whole meal varieties of starchy foods, such as brown versions of rice, whole wheat pasta, and brown, wholemeal or higher fibre white bread. They contain more fibre and usually more vitamins and minerals than white varieties. Potatoes with the skins on are a great source of fibre and vitamins. For example, when having boiled potatoes or a jacket potato, eat the skin too. Milk and dairy foods and their alternatives. Milk and dairy foods such as cheese and yogurt are good sources of protein. They also contain calcium, which keeps your bones healthy. Dairy foods include milk, cheese, and yogurt. They contain protein, which is essential for growth and repair in the body. Ideally, it would be better to opt for the versions which are lower in fat and lower in sugar. For example, choose semi-skimmed, 1% fat or skimmed milk, as well as lower fat hard cheese or cottage cheese, and lower fat, lower sugar yogurt. Some people prefer not to eat dairy products or maybe for medical reasons can't eat dairy products. There are alternatives to these in the form of soya drinks. When buying alternatives, choose unsweetened, calcium-enriched versions. Beans, pulses, fish, eggs, meat, and other proteins. These foods are all good sources of protein, which is essential for the body to grow and repair itself. They're also a good way to consume a range of vitamins and minerals, which are also present in these foods. Meat is a good source of protein, vitamins and minerals, including iron, zinc, and B vitamins. It's also one of the main sources of vitamin B12. Lean cuts of meat, that is, where most of the visible fat has been cut off, and skinless chicken and turkey should be consumed to cut down on fat. The National Health Service recommend that we should try to eat less red meat, such as beef, and processed meat like bacon, ham, and sausages. Eggs and fish are also good sources of protein and contain many vitamins and minerals. Oily types of fish are particularly rich in omega-3 fatty acids. Aim to eat at least 2 portions of fish a week, one of which might be oily fish. You can choose from fresh, frozen, or canned, but remember that canned and smoked fish can often be high in salt content. Pulses, including beans, peas, and lentils, are naturally very low in fat and high in fibre, protein, vitamins, and minerals. Nuts are high in fibre, and unsalted nuts make a good snack, but they do still contain high levels of fat, so they should be eaten in moderation. Oils and spreads. Some fat in a diet is essential, but on average people in the United Kingdom eat too much saturated fat. It's important to get most of your fat from unsaturated oils and spreads. Swapping to unsaturated fats can lower cholesterol. Remember that all types of fat are high in energy and should be eaten in small amounts. Eat less saturated fat, sugar, and salt for your healthiest diet. Too much saturated fat can increase the amount of cholesterol in the blood, which increases your risk of developing heart disease. Regularly consuming foods and drinks which are high in sugar increases your risk of obesity and tooth decay. Eating too much salt can raise your blood pressure, which increases, in turn, your risk of getting heart disease or having a stroke. A survey in 2018 determined that about 14% of the United Kingdom population describe themselves as being vegetarian. Vegetarians can get a full, balanced and healthy diet by eating mainly plant food. To get more information on this, we would suggest that you have a look at the NHS website and search for vegetarian healthy food.
Oh, I wish I'd looked after my teeth. Oh, I wish I'd looked after my teeth and spotted the perils beneath. All the toffees I chewed and the sweet, sticky food. Oh, I wish I'd looked after my teeth. I wish I'd been that much more willing, when I had more tooth there than filling, to pass up gobstoppers from respect to me choppers, and to buy something else with me shilling. When I think of the lollies I licked, and the licorice all sorts I picked, sherbet dabs big and little, all that hard peanut brittle, my conscience gets horribly pricked. My mother, she told me no end, if you've got a tooth, you've got a friend. I was young then, and careless, my toothbrush was hairless, I never had much time to spend. Oh, I showed them the toothpaste all right, I flashed it about late at night, but up and down brushing and poking and fussing didn't seem worth the time I could bite. If I'd known I was paving the way to cavities, caps and decay, the murder of fillings, injections and drillings, I'd have thrown all my sherbet away. So I lay in the old dentist's chair, and I gaze up his nose in despair, and his drill it do whine in these molars of mine. To amalgam, he'll say, for in there. How I laughed at my mother's false teeth, as they foamed in the waters beneath. But now comes the reckoning, it's me they are beckoning. Oh, I wish I'd looked after me teeth.